to the big squeeze. It's your girl, Trixie. Really? I need another hand clap. Can I get another hand clap, please?
Oh, poor you.
Can you see me? Can y'all see me? Oh, that's the new sound effect. Is that the background? That's what's up. All right, so welcome to the big squeeze. It's your girl, Trixie. I believe Lola should be calling in. She should be on the line in a few minutes shortly. I'm going to mute my phone because I haven't done that yet. So everybody here knows that I'm in college, and I had a homework assignment to read this story by this young lady named, I'm gonna tell y'all her name, by her name Amy Gross, The Appeal of the Androgynous Man. So today I'm going to read the passage to you guys while we're waiting on our guest. We do have a guest today, and we should have Lola on the air. Whenever she gets in, just put her straight through. So pretty much, you know, I was reading it just for homework, and I don't really like reading novels and nothing like that, but this is not too much of a novel. It's actually a guide to the type of man that lives between the metrosexual man and the manly man, you know. And they wanted to say homosexual male, but I do believe there's a level right before the homosexual male, and that's the metrosexual male. So tonight's topic is definitely going in that direction. For that, our second topic of the day is men that take money from their women, only because I had posted a meme up on my Instagram, and it says something like, is it okay to take money from the woman, like, you know, for your woman to give you money? And oh my God, did it go all out proportion. I wasn't even prepared for half of what people were saying, but this one guy, the only guy that said he wouldn't, he said all these dudes in here talking about they gonna, you know, keep from their women, take money from their women, they have no pride. So I would like to know what you guys think. You guys are more than welcome to call in and talk about either topic. The phone lines are open. It's 929-227-4646. And while we're waiting for Lola, I'm going to start and begin reading The Appeal of the Androgynous Man. I'm going to read the 4-part, and then I'll finish reading everything else. It says, Amy Gross, a native of Brooklyn, New York, earned a sociology degree at Connecticut College. Upon graduation, she entered the world of fashion, publishing, and has held writing or editorial positions at various magazines, including Talk, Mademoiselle, Good Housekeeping, Elle, and Marabella. She is the newly appointed editor-in-chief of O, the Oprah magazine. In our selection, which first appeared in Mademoiselle, Gross compares androgynous men favorably to macho men, the all man. Okay, here we go. James Dean was my first androgynous man. I figured I could talk to him. He was anguished, and I was 12, so we had a lot in common. We only hold on. Let me keep this on my head. Whoa, dude. Okay. Ain't I retarded?
Oh, poor you.
All right. It says, so we had a lot in common. With only a few exceptions, all the men I have liked or loved have been a certain kind of man. A kind who doesn't play football or watch the games on Sunday, who doesn't tell dirty jokes featuring broads or chicks, who is not contemptuous of conversation that are philosophically speculative, introspective, or otherwise foolish according to the other kind of man. He is more self-amused, less inflated, more quirky, vulnerable, and responsive than the other sort. The other sort I'm visualizing as the guys on TV who advertise deodorant in the locker room. He is more like me than the other sort. He is what social scientists and feminists will call androgynous, having the characteristics of both male and female. Is my hostess on yet? No?
Yeah.
Lola, you there?
I am.
Welcome, Lola. I love you so much.
You're so goofy.
I am. So I know.
All that the party for me.
Yes, because you was dead on hold for dumb long. Like you stopped your whole nap just to stay up for the big squeeze, and look at me being late, not even being considerate. Right? Look at you laughing. I know because you think we all know Lola likes to sleep. Anyway,
In
she be
real,
vamp
I was like,
life.
in real life, yeah, I wasn't though. I finally was asleep. Finally.
Were you able to read the passage I sent to you?
No, I
Don't
was
worry about it.
not. But
I'm
I'm
reading
gonna
it.
just jump right on like I did.
I'm reading it right now. I'm gonna get back to reading it. I just want to tell you I love you so much. And side note, I did not know that we had that many pictures that look alike, fam.
Yeah.
Every week
Like when
you
I go
find
through them, I'm like, wow, okay.
you find a new set that we look dead alike in each set. I love it. It's amazing. I was like, oh snap, we both got the thug thing going on. Anyway, if y'all following her on Instagram, that's grip hair ride throat. Grip hair and ride the throat with periods in between after grip and underscore after throat. Okay, I'm gonna finish reading. Okay, he is what social scientists and feminists will call an androgynous, call androgynous, having the characteristics of both male and female. Now, the first thing I want you to know about the androgynous man is that he is neither effeminate nor hermaphroditic.
Hermaphroditic.
Yes, thank you. All his primary and secondary sexual characteristics are in order, and I would say he's all man, but that is just what he is not. He is more than all man, both male and female sex organs. That's what hermaphroditic means. So that's not what he is. Okay, hold on. It's some side notes here, so I'm like kind of trying to catch it. The merely all man, for one thing, never walks to the grocery store unless the woman is away visiting her mother with the kids, or is in the hospital having a kid, or there is no little women. All men don't know how to shop in the grocery store unless it is to buy a 6-pack and some pretzels. The idea of nutrition expand beyond a 6-pack and pretzels, only to take in steak, potatoes, scotch, or rye whiskey, and maybe a wad of cake or apple pie. All men have absolutely no taste in food, art, books, movies, theater, dance, how to live, what are good questions, what is funny, or anything else I care about. It's not exactly that the all man's man is an uncouth, illiterate. He may be educated, well-mannered, and on the first name basis with fine wines. One all man I knew was a handsome individual who gave the impression of being gentle, affectionate, and sensitive. He sat and ate dinner one night while I was doing something endearingly feminine at the sink. At one point, he mutely held up his glass to indicate in a primitive, even ape-like way his need for a refill. This was in 1967, before women's liberation. Even so, I was disturbed. Not enough to break the glass. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm gonna get to the next part. There we go. Not this is funny. It says not enough to break the glass over his handsome head. Not even enough to mutely indicate the whereabouts of the refrigerator, but enough to remember that moment and all its revelatory clarity. No androgynous man would ever brutishly expect to be waited on without even a please. With a please, maybe? The brute happened to be a doctor, not a hard hat, and all appearances couth. But he had bought the whole Superman package, complete with the fragile beast, the male ego. The androgynous man arrives with a male ego too, but his is not as imperialistic. It doesn't invade every idea of his life and person. Most activities and thoughts have nothing to do with the masculinity or femininity. The androgynous man knows this. The all man doesn't. He must keep a consistent guard against anything even vaguely feminine, IG, sissy, rising up in him. It must be a terrible strain. Okay, thus far I'm like halfway through it. Lola, what do you think about the androgynous man so far and the manly man?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, androgyny is just an adjective. It just means someone who aesthetically has the look that could pass for male and female. It has nothing to do with their sexual orientation whatsoever. And I don't think that anybody who is the alpha male, like man's man, I understand it in the modeling world because it offers versatility. But outside of that, I don't know a whole lot of men who are okay with their look being passable as female and only because they want to attract females. You know what I'm saying? So if your desire is to attract women, then usually they're going to do something to make themselves look more masculine, unless they know women who are attracted to that look, and for a time that was a thing, and then they could be perfectly okay with that. But I still don't think whatever you are genetically blessed to look like, embracing that, regardless of whoever thinks that means that you're feminine based on something that you had no control over.
Right.
Well, I mean, that would be silly. So I don't really think there's this big thing between an androgynous man versus a alpha male. I think you would be more a metrosexual male versus an alpha male who's like rugged with it, who would really feel like you're doing things to yourself to clean it up.
Well, I think that she's more or less speaking on the characteristics of an androgynous male from the inside, not so much as the looks, what we know it for, because it looks like this was written a long time ago.
Different.
Like from the inside. That's why I put the androgynous male between the metrosexual and the manly man, the full macho man. You know what I mean? That's why.
But I think that's a mislabeling, because it's really about aesthetics. You could not speculate what somebody is feeling internally based on what they genetically look like.
Correct.
Like, if you just happen to have the features that could pass as male or female, what does that have to do with,
that's the definition that we know. What she's using it as is a characteristic, which is what I was leading up to. That's why we definitely having this discussion, because a friend of mine stopped by over the weekend and we were talking, and I was letting him know, like, yo, everybody's getting their stuff done. Like, you see more guys getting getting their eyes waxed and things of that nature, and getting we've been seeing the transformation from the regular manly man, the real brute of the guy, all the way until, now men are, they just don't care. Skirts, kilts, the same thing to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's socially acceptable to look more feminine. You know what I mean? Like, where's the construction worker?
I generally think that, that's all fine, well and good, whatever. I don't know this person who wrote this personally. But I just feel like that's kind of like you taking a word that already has a definition and redefining it as what you are speculating as an individual.
Right.
And I feel like going against any of that is sort of me attacking that person's opinion, because I don't agree at all. Like, I just feel like, okay, so you took a word that defines something very clearly, very specifically already, and just try to make it
it does say both male and female in one. But like I said before, we know it as, when we hear that word, we know it as a person that have the features of both. But I'm taking that she's meaning the same thing, but the features are within. I've met plenty. I don't know. I think I'm more acceptable to being with an androgynous male than being with a big old brute. She gets into something a little later on, which I will continue to read in a few. But I personally, I like a guy that is more sensitive to my interests. I find it, I tell you, to be honest, like, I'm gonna keep it 100. I always do. It makes me wet when a guy sits there and tell me about the last thing I actually did and he found interest in it. And even if it was interest just so that he can have a conversation with me, that right there turns me on all the way. And I think, like a lot of manly men, they will sit there and be like, hey, ma, I could cook. Like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Like, that has no interest of mine at all. But that's me. Like, there's a lot of women that like a man that can cook, but I expect that from you. How are you 30 something years old and can't cook? These are things that it should just be known. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be telling me that you can cook or whatever. And, you should definitely be I should already know that. That's something that I already should know. I should already know you know how to cook. I should already know that you have a job. I should already know that you have money or expenses. These are things I should know. What I don't know is how. I should know that you should know how. Well, you should know how to give a massage of some sort. Like certain things you just should know.
I don't think that those. I mean,
So why
that
tell
to
me?
me is saying like they think that a lot of men maybe don't have those attributes. And,
Right.
you know, sadly, sometimes they're right, and they just want to let you know maybe that they're pulling their own weight. I usually think if a dude tells me that he knows how to cook, he just assumes because I'm fat, I like to eat. So I'm just like, okay, like with the Waka Flocka face, like, good for you. You can
Right.
feed yourself.
Right,
Like, even though
right.
I'm mad picky, and I like lots of fruits and vegetables. Most of the food I eat is raw, and I'm not fat because I eat that. Like,
Right.
I'm fat because me and pasta have problems. But,
Right. You have a
like,
love-hate relationship.
I don't have nothing to do with that. But the kind of things that I like that a man can like, I don't think necessarily compromise his masculinity. Like, I'm really into art. I like theater. So it's like, you know, I want to go to a Broadway play, or I want to go to an art gallery, or, you know,
But see, somebody
whatever. I
that
love the ballet.
listen, somebody
and
that's
that might
following
be,
you,
like, sort of
somebody that's
tipping the
following
scale.
you would know how artistic you are inside.
Right.
You understand me? Somebody that's, you know, or somebody that's interested in you would scan through all of everything Lola. This is what I'm saying. Take your 5 minutes out. You like what you see, get to know what you see. You understand? Take your 5 minutes
Right.
out and then come at me like, hey, I noticed that you like art. You know, down at MoMA, we had, you know, they having such and such. Are you interested? I guarantee you're more likely to say yes to that than you are to, hey, ma, you want to go out to a movie? What movie? Whatever you want to do. Like, you're not, you have no feeling for that.
Trixie, you know what you did, right?
Huh?
You know what you just did, right?
What I just did?
You triggered a rant.
We got a rant.
Because I had a whole rant about it on Facebook, because I really don't understand. I don't understand, like, the laziness.
Well, hold
that
on,
is
wait.
really happening.
We gonna go into your rant. We definitely gonna go into your rant. I just want to let everybody know we have a guest in the building tonight, comedian Jay Lay. Lot. It is, right? Because I always get this wrong. This is one of my coolest friends in the world, but I just know him as Taj. But I love him to death. And he's definitely in the building tonight. I'm going to let you rant, then we're going to take a break, and I'm going to bring him right on. So go ahead, Lola. You got the floor.
Well, no, my rant is, okay, so this is how it'll go. A dude will be on Facebook, right?
Right.
And I'm choosing Facebook because Facebook now gives you space for a little bio, which is like, I don't know, maybe 200 characters. And also there's a lot of public material that I posted on there, because I have like about 9,000 followers,
Right.
who obviously are like not friends, so I want to make sure that they also get content as well.
Right.
So I post a lot of things publicly. So a dude will hit my inbox and be like, you know, I want to get to know you. Can can I talk? When's a good time to call you? And I'm like, well, you know, I usually write at night. And then he'll say something like, oh, so you're a writer? And then want to know why he just got blocked. And
Because you're following me. How you don't know what I do?
and I'm like, you're following me. The first words you see on my page are published author. Under, you know, occupation, it says I am a writer, I'm an author. And like half of my public profile pictures, this is the profile pictures that everybody can see, I'm holding my book. Like, everywhere that I am on social media, it says that I'm an author. Like, so for you to say, either, there's a couple of things here. You either, like, glaze over everything and all the words on my page, and you've been objectifying me this entire time.
Yes, the entire
That's
time.
one strike. Or you have a reading comprehension issue, and guess what? That's a totally different strike. Or, like, you're just super lazy. You're super lazy with it.
It's
You
not
have
that
no
they're
interest
lazy. They
in
see
it.
ass and titties, and they don't care to read about nothing. So my
Right,
thing
so
is,
I mean, listen, if you want to objectify me, and if you just want to look at some pictures, be great. I'm not mad at you at all.
Do not
But
take-
if you're going to come to me privately and say that you want to get to know me, you're lying. If you actually wanted to get to know me, you would at least take advantage of the the stuff the information that's available to you, and for you to have not even done the
No,
bare minimum to know what I do.
How about
the first thing on the page in my job? You don't care.
Dude.
So don't lie to me. Say you want to smash.
Everybody knows that I'm an Instagram whore bag, right? And so
Right,
on my
right.
Instagram, the first line on my Instagram says NYC radio personality. That's what it says. NYC radio personality. All that right there tells you everything you need to know about me. It tells you my name. It even, the first line says Madam Trixie. Everything has there. The guy would come in my DM and be like, hey, what's your name? Boop. I said, Are you serious? This ain't life. This can't be life. Then they'll go, what do you do? Where are you from? Yo, I'm in, what he said, I'm in Ohio. I want to know if I could take you on a date. Dude, do you know where I am? No, where are you? What do you mean? You the one that clicked the button to turn it green to say that you follow me. How do you not know where I'm? You should read something. Or you got the ones that say, I really want to.
Forget about that. You could go, like, if I go to a dude's page, I'm going to check it, and I'm going to be like, all right, if he looks interesting, his bio's interesting, his pictures show similar interests, like, I'm going to vet the information that's there. Is he funny? Whatever. From there, if it doesn't say in his bio where he's from, if he is the type to geotag, if he's got 150 pictures in New York City,
I'm gonna look right. It's common sense.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna be like, okay, so the majority.
They don't want nothing.
Are near me. It's like
Hella Fred
like, so
said niggas don't read.
I tell them, I say, you mad I ignored you, but you ignored my bio. You ignored every picture I posted.
How about the
you
one?
Ignored everything.
How about the one?
Everything.
I want to get to know you. So I'll say like this. I have over 8,000 posts on Instagram. 8,000.
Right.
At minimum, 40% of those posts is me talking shit. Me writing actually things underneath the memes and everything like that. There's no way possible, not one bit, that you follow me and you don't know who I am by now. You understand me?
Right.
And it's to the point where, read my wall. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. I want to get it from your mouth. I want to know who you are. Well, I ain't got time for you, bruh. You know, I'd much rather somebody come up to me and be
it's like and they don't even consider, like, on average, how many times you must be talked to a day.
Right.
So it's like, I don't have the time to be polite to every single person who asks the most basic questions. The person that is going to get something directly from my mouth is the individual who took the time to actually at least invest in what they claim to want to know.
Right.
And if somebody else comes at me and says, oh my gosh, I noticed there's this exhibit going on at the Guggenheim, and I know that you're into art. I thought you might like this artist.
You might
I'm
melt.
Gonna pay attention
You might melt.
To that.
You might melt.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to show up. Like,
if
that's
somebody
I'm
calls
gonna
into
go
the
out
show,
with.
if they call into the show while we're live, that makes me melt. If they sit there and they repost something that I'm doing, that makes me melt. You make me see you then. I can't see you amongst a bunch of people. Everybody look the same. Everybody look like shadows. Everybody look like shadows until you point yourself out.
Copy and paste generic message about
copy and paste message.
Wanting to get to know somebody.
No, boo-boo. That copy and paste message be like 2 paragraphs long, okay? It'd be 2 paragraphs long talking about some, my name is, let's go here, right? My name is John. I'm 32. I'm from Ohio. I have 2 kids. I work the job. I do construction. I do this and the third. And I just want to let you know that you're beautiful and I would like to get to know you. Dude, I know you copied and paste that. That's already rehearsed.
How about the dudes who
that
do it and they do it so much that they post it again in your inbox like months later?
By accident. They send it to you again by accident because you ain't say nothing the first time.
I'm like, okay, so you just happen to word the same thing word for word. Like, you don't even care about telling yourself.
Long story short,
you're that lazy.
Long story short, before we go into break, so I had a friend that this guy, he would hit all of us up. It was me and my 2 friends on MySpace, and he hit us all with the same thing. Like, it was funny because we knew his name as Rush, and anybody that know who I'm talking about, shout out to Rush, but whatever. And he wrote us all the same paragraph. Only one of the friends actually snuck, gave him the number or whatever, talked to him, and then we finally met him. We all was like R.S. What is it? R.U.S.H. Because that's how he spelled it. But it was so funny because we all got the same message. Listen, you want to be unique? We are unique women. We're telling you, we're giving you the secret right now. We're giving you the platform on how to holler at us.
You got the blueprint right now, and then they still
gonna fuck up. They're gonna mess up. But either way, We got our guest in the building. We're going to take a quick music break. So after these next two songs, we will be right back on the Big Skweeze here on FLOEmpireRadio.com.